Hello, folks. Sorry for the cramp camera angle here. I think everything's running fine. Last time we did this, I was in my office at home, and so we're just doing this from my office at work. And yeah, so here we are. Yeah, I don't know how does this end up? Everybody's in here now because this is supposed to be Patreon only. Because last time I did this, this showed up in Patreon only, and I'm not sure why everybody's showing up now. There's an echo. There's an echo. Let's see. Why would there be an echo? I don't know. Is that on there? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here. I don't know how the heck. The question is how did everybody get in here? Because I did this last time and everything was fine. I don't know how everybody got in. Did I not notice this? Oh shit! I didn't notice this. That's why. Freaking hell! Stupid YouTube and stupid things. Anyway, how did everybody get in here? Because I did this last time and everything was fine. I don't know how. Yeah, that's an echo, right? The echo is got to be because no, we don't want to do that. Son of a beehive. That's no. I'm sure there's probably still an echo going on. Everybody got. Yeah. Not sure why there's an echo. Let's maybe because I have that on when I normally don't. Let's turn that off. Now, is there an echo? Can you guys even hear me? Okay, that's still that. Go live. Let's maybe because I have that on when I normally don't. Let's turn that off. Now, there it is. Is there an echo? Okay. Can you guys even hear me? There's no echo now. Okay, that's still that. Go live. Let's. All right. So I've run into a little bit of a snag here because I was initially going to be doing this for. I wish this other guy would shut up. For the Patreon members. That's initially what this is supposed to be for. Now, I mean, like, I'm not kicking everybody out, but because I initially was just going to work on some of my stuff, but I was trying to get my Discord to work on here, because initially I was going to have Discord running on here, but Discord isn't running on here. And if I pop into there, yeah, then I show up in a Discord in the public, but I don't know why I can't switch it to that. If I go over here, no. Normally it's just a simple little setup. Nope, that one. And this stuff is pissing me off. Oh why does Discord want to be pain in my butt? Why? It tells me to select a server, but it says it cannot connect to Discord server. Cannot disconnect to Discord client. I do have the app. It is running. Why won't you let me access this stuff? Why? Why, oh why? Why would it do that? That seems to be the problem. Okay, so there's no more echo. Yeah, I can see everybody. Everybody's there. Crap, because now there's 31 of you. That's 31 people in here now. Oh well, it's no problem. Why won't that work? Who's jumping in Discord here? Somebody jumped in, then jumped out. Anyway, I've got the Discord up and running right now. So in fact, we can voice talk for anybody who wants to jump into Discord and talk. I think. But the question is, I wanted it to go to another channel, but for whatever reason, Discord does not want to let me do it. Why? I don't know. I'm not sure why.
I want to talk.
Well, sure, Aqua. You always want to talk, Aqua. And then he leaves. What a punk. Oh, what a pain. Why would it do this to me? Does this thing want some sort of stupid update? Do you want an update? Do you want me to be retarded? Yes, I know. Yes, thank you. I know that's enabled. Some of you might be wondering, how do I get to the Discord? Well, you just go to wavethebrush.com and you'll see the link for Discord. Pain in my ass, pain in my ass. Why is that such a pain in my ass? Because I should be able to change it in here in the hex code maybe. Or not the hex code, but it's a stupid HTML code. I have no idea what those numbers are though. It's probably the server numbers. Yeah, that's all just sizes and everything. I'm not sure what the heck, because the site for controlling the little widgets is not working right. And you can't control anything else from this point. Like I can't. Yeah. This is very frustrating. Maybe if I sign in on the Discord site. Yes, English, you schmo. Okay, great. Okay, status. Let's go status. Somehow this can see my server. Excellent. Okay, StreamKit, go. Yeah, I don't know. Why would it say that? Because I already have that. Connect, you mofo. Son of a beehive. Why would it be doing this to me? I don't know. This is very annoying. Yeah, I know. There was a setting I forgot to turn off, and when I was setting this up, because I was in a rush. And you should never be in a rush when you're trying to do stuff. I'm kind of surprised with all you schmucks online, though, that like nobody's trying to talk on Discord or anything. Because I'm in the what channel am I in? I'm in the games channel. Because normally whenever I have the Discord up, which is right there, normally it is when I'm doing the game night stuff. And I wanted to do that. I wanted to incorporate the Discord, right, for this particular type of episode. And yeah. So why? Maybe if I quit it on here. Let's quit it there. Let's quit that there. Just because. because. Okay. And let's try this. Let's go back to here. Scroll all the way down again. Stop over here. Son of a beehive. Why is that not working? Why? Why? He wants me to download Discord, but I've already got Discord running. This is annoying. This is annoying me to no end. Aqua, Chris, can we talk to you on the Discord? Yes, that's what I've been saying. You can join me on Discord. That's the whole point of me putting on Discord. And you can see in the upper corner right there. Discord. Ghost Starman Deluxe. It looks like you can't get the stream from your channel anymore, so maybe it's a Patreon only now, but people were watching before can see it. No. Disco Duke, please don't kick me, please. I'm not gonna kick anybody. Not kicking anybody. No, Aquabastard's back.
Oi.
Okay, Aqua, you've used Discord before, right?
I've been using it for a couple of years. So.
Okay, so then you're a regular master at it then, right?
Probably, yeah. What's wrong?
Probably? Okay. How come I can't get back to the widgets so that I can edit on the streams? Like, you know how you can add, so like everybody's showing up in the corner, because you know how I do it for like the game nights, right?
Oh yeah, you're doing that at the moment. You have that up at the moment.
Right, yeah, exactly. I've got it going right there, but it only works on this channel. How do I edit to get to the other channels? So I can basically make a widget for each channel.
Hang on,
okay,
let me try.
Typing it into frickin' Google is not going to help me, dude.
I'm not typing it into Google.
Oh, you're typing it into your brain, I see.
No, I'm trying to do my button. Okay. Right click on like Monkey Playground and all.
Okay.
And then is there like an edit button?
Edit channel, yeah.
Yeah, click that.
Okay.
Hang on, sorry about that. Yeah, and then edit channel. And then, oh, it's not there. Oh yeah, manage webhooks. Do you see that in permissions?
In permissions, manage what? Oh, webhooks?
Yeah, click the check mark and see will that work.
Manage webhooks. Okay. Saving?
Yeah, save.
Yeah. Okay. And then he leaves.
So now, will that work?
Okay. No, I moved channels. Oops. Okay. So, oh shit. Okay, there we go. Okay, now what?
Just looking at stream to see. This is work. Oh, Hoover's going on.
What?
Hoover's going on. Or the vacuum. Okay. Yeah, that hasn't worked for you. That doesn't work. What is this? Okay. Edit channel.
D-Suckers. Technology's fun. Yeah, it is fun.
Oh yeah, it is. It is. It's very fun. Yippity doo. Riddit-doo.
This is bizarre. The stream is on like a 10-second delay, so I can hear you here before I can actually see you speak.
Yeah, there's always a delay. I mean, the only way that there wouldn't be a delay is if I was on like a T1 line or something like that, and you know, the stream was simultaneous. You know what I mean?
Okay. Through settings. I'm just on my own server just to try and figure out what you can do.
Yeah, because I mean, like I can normally go in, because I go into the user settings, and then I go over to authorized apps, and then it says it's just a big thing that says streamer mode enabled, and so when I click it, okay, it doesn't give me any options to make any kind of edits to anything. So then I got to go to Discord's Stream Kit, which is off their website. So I click that. And then I scroll down to the XSplit where it says connect to Discord, which I thought I had already done, but it shows that the streamer mode is connected. So I said, okay, so I click Discord, and then install for XSplit, and then it shows the widgets where you can edit the widgets or edit the widgets, and it says it can't connect to Discord client. So it's got to be something, I guess, with my client and Discord not talking with each other, I guess.
Yeah, maybe. Okay, well, I'm going. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to look it up if you're alright with that, and I'll hopefully come back out and answer. You're alright with that?
Okay, you're a clever lad. I'll leave it in your capable hands.
Google does everything. So basically what you want is how to enable...
I want to be able to edit the widgets so that I can add them into as links into XSplit. Because that's what I broadcast on, is XSplit. Got all that, Aqua? Said you got all that?
Think so, yeah. Oh, I know what you're using now. You're using the Stream Kit overlay, aren't you?
Yes. I am.
How to edit widgets in Discord, that's all you want, is it?
Yes, that's what I want. Need elevator music. Shut up. Shut up.
I have the song.
Oh. Oh, man. Did I bring a drink?
So you want it for YouTube?
Ooh, I did bring a drink.
You want YouTube or for your website?
Sorry.
Jesus.
It's for XSplit.
XSplit. Oh. Okay.
The widgets are for XSplit. Excuse me. I was having a peanut there and it didn't agree.
Okay, so have you done this? So what we want to do is install and authorizing the StreamKit overlay.
I've done that.
Alright, so now what you want to do is go to user settings.
Yep.
The little clog. And then you want to go to connections.
Okay.
Yeah, connections, and then you want to connections, then authorized apps. So try connections or authorized apps.
Here, Aqua, if you look at the screen, oops. If you look at the screen, it's connections, and it says
connections or authorized apps.
Yeah. No, but it says my streamer mode is enabled already.
Oh, then what you want? Streamer. Alright, and then what you want? So, you want to disable streamer mode?
I want to disable streamer mode.
Yes.
Alrighty.
If you're okay with that. That won't do anything to your stream.
No. But,
Tech support with Chris.
Yeah. Okay. Stream mode's disabled.
Okay, now do what I just told you.
What did you tell me?
User settings, authorized apps. And then try authorize it.
Okay, well, I went back. Okay, yeah, let me click that link.
That's the link there.
Yeah. Yeah, I did all this.
Hey, Alder.
Yeah.
No, it still says I can't connect to Discord client.
Oh, that's weird. Alright.
And my Discord for connections. I don't see Discord anymore in the list of connections. And I don't know what the hell this big L is. No Steam, Reddit, Facebook, Twitter. I don't know what this big heart is either. Okay, wait a second here. Oh. Who's joining us now? Who's there? Who goes there?
Hey, leather balls.
Leather balls. Nice thing. Stall for exploit. No. You slimy piece of... This is annoying.
Wait, you calling me that or Discord?
What's that?
Are you calling me that or
No,
Discord?
I'm not. No, I'm calling Discord slimy. Aqua, I'd never call you slimy.
Have you tried relaunching Discord? You know, turn it off, turn it back on?
I'm thinking that's probably what's going to happen. In fact, yeah, I'll be back. I mean, you guys can still hear me on the stream, but...
Are you calling me that?
Now, how am I hearing all that?
Open mic.
Yeah, but I've turned off XSplit or Discord.
Relaunching Discord? You know,
turn it off, turn it back on. Can you hear me? I'm thinking that's probably what's going to happen.
There we go. Just give it in a couple seconds here, people. I mean, technically it works. The widget works because, I mean, I was already talking to everybody and you can see everybody's names there, right? So obviously the widget works. But what I'm looking for is to reassign widgets so that I can have specific channels, you know, in the thing, right? So that's the problem. The problem is the servers are not seeing my Discord channel. Excuse me. Alright. Discord's firing back up.
Okay, you're back.
I'm back. Back in my channel. I'm back. Streamer mode is enabled again for some reason. But that's fine because we'll
That automatically does that, I think.
yeah, so I'm gonna go back to the options there. So authorize app, streamer mode enable. Yeah, that's all reconnected. Blah blah blah. Yes, yes. Export, go. Go. Oh, son of a beehive. Now, it's still, the site is still, every time I go to the StreamKit discordapp.com overlay, it says it can't connect to the Discord client. Not sure why. Maybe Discord's having issues right now.
Well,
That's possible.
Yeah, which is really annoying. Because I wanted to go over to, because if you go to the site, then you can see the voice widget, and then you can see it. It's collect the server, select a channel, and then you just copy that URL, and then you can put it into XSplit. That's how the whole thing works.
I'm on that right now. So maybe select your voice channel to whatever you call it.
I can't choose any options because
Do you have?
because right now the site, see here, the site is telling me can't connect to Discord client. So
Wait.
Oh no, Aqua's got it.
Alright. Do you have at the top of your screen StreamKit overlays currently controlling your Discord client?
Probably.
Is that yes or no?
I don't know.
Just look at the top of your Discord.
Yeah.
And see is it saying it?
SteamKit overlay is currently controlling my Discord client.
Yeah, so now go to authorized apps. And then controlling your Discord, perform actions over your Discord client. So make sure that's all ticked.
Yeah, there's nothing. It just says streamer mode enabled, and that's it. That's the only thing showing.
Oh my god. Okay. This is okay. So maybe go site server, wave the brush, and then voice channel monkey playground. But is it not working for you?
No.
Okay, because I just went to the overlay website and selected wave the brush and monkey playground, and I got a link now. So maybe I could send that to you, and maybe that could.
Yeah, it's really weird. Can't connect. No, it's still saying I can't connect to these things here. Okay.
Try that.
Let's see. Okay.
Put that into the whatever you call it, web thing. To the XSplit. What's it called?
Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay. Now, what channel is that you set that for?
Monkey Playground.
Monkey Playground? Okay. So let's add. Okay. Alright. So that should be added. So let's see here. Let's go I'm heading over to Monkey Playground. And which one's which now? Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah. So that link worked. Because now everybody's popping into the middle here.
Yeah, we're just please just work. Okay.
Which window am I on here? Here we go. Okay.
I'm watching it live. Oh,
Yeah.
wait. Oh, wait, it does work because now I see a second one on the middle of the screen. Do you see it?
No, I know, because now I just restretched it and everything. Yeah. So now, okay. So for whatever reason, I couldn't get the links to work, but you could get the link to work, and the link works. Obviously, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's one small victory.
Yep. And if you want, I can, like, change liquid stuff, but I won't do that.
Yeah. So
That
I can actually
help you?
leave both channels up if I wanted, so that people could be in games
do that.
and in this chat.
Did you add a new, whatever you call it? Sort of like one. Did you add a new, like, web URL, like, on XSplit? Like a new, like, whatever you call it?
Yes.
Sort of like. Okay, so now delete that old one, and then you'll just have that one on whatever you call it.
Well, the other one is for games, so I'm still gonna use that for when we do games.
Oh, okay. That fixed the problem?
Kind of. I mean, it's definitely fixed. I mean, initially what I wanted to do though was to have the private 101 in there, because this show was supposed to be for my patrons.
Did I do that?
But no worries right now, because you know, we're just doing crazy crap right now anyway. So this really hasn't been much of a show. This has been me just you know.
So if I were to close that now, would that like close off the whole thing, or will that just leave it on?
I don't know. Try it. Let's see.
Alright, closing it. I'm closing the web page in 3, 2, 1. It's closed.
I can still hear you. I still see the link showing up.
Okay, good.
No, because it's a public server, right? And so it's basically just a you know, an HTML client, and it's just pointing to that channel, because we're all talking on it, and it's, you know, it's open to anybody, right, to this channel. And so
Alright.
anybody should have been able to just provide this link.
Wait, by the way, sorry about missing the stream last night or yesterday.
No worries. I don't know. I'm not sure why people feel the need to apologize to me. I mean, I realize people are busy. People have lives, you know.
I do it all the time.
Chris, I don't think you appreciate the fact you are the monkey lord. We are subservient to the lord.
Oh, is that what it is?
Slaves.
Alrighty, so, well, now we're all sitting in here in Discord talking away. And, of course, we got the chat. I can see the chat now for, you know, what is it? YouTube? What's on everybody's mind?
YouTube.
How's the big secret surprise going? I didn't have a chance to look at it on Patreon. I will in a little bit, but just what are your thoughts on it? You think you're going to get it done?
If you'd asked me earlier this week, I'd have said not likely. But today, I'm feeling more positive. I'm actually, well, because today it's Sunday. I'm in my office, and the intention was to do get quite a bit of work done on today. And like, I've already got like pretty much the base, like about 50% of the way where I want it. And which means that I'm kind of freed up now that I can concentrate more on the actual model herself. And you know what? Now, this is normally supposed to only be for the patrons, but you're all going to get, because this is unlisted anyway, so you guys aren't going to be able to see too much of it anyway later on. But this is what I'm working on. for the crystal brush. If you guys can see all that.
Just waiting for the YouTube delay.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
delays.
And so, started
Okay.
work on her.
Just a question. Let's say if I were to Patreon, and that's cool, and I were to what do we call it?
Ooh,
And
creature
I were
caster.
to like what do we call it? Wait, is that a wraith?
No, it's from a
that the-
company called Creature Caster.
Oh, it's so good. Oh my goodness.
That the spider one?
Yeah, the spider demon.
Time to get an erection.
Where'd you get that hand?
That's mine.
What, you cut off your own hand?
Yeah, yes, that's right.
Nice.
I cut off my own hand. And, no, I picked up a few weeks back. It's called Algisafe, and with the help of Rob, with a big help of Rob, he's our editor here, and he, because he has a background in special effects. He's worked in feature films and stuff like that, and he has a background in makeup effects and stuff like that. And so he recommended this product, and basically all it is this like gelatin seaweed extract thing. It comes in a powder. You add a bit of water, and it sets in like 7 minutes. It was really, really fast. And so basically, I took like two coffee cans, made a big mold for that, put my hand inside, poured the alginate in, let it set for 7 minutes, and then really quickly we poured what the hell is it called? Like polystone or something like that. It's not plaster of Paris. It's a much finer, more resilient. It's like a plaster, but it's actually probably more like cement, because it actually heats up when it starts to set.
Door lock can be brought on. Push to talk.
Yeah, somebody's echoing here. Lord Law, you're echoing, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, so and basically the stone just sets up like that, and then you just basically tear the mold away, and that's it. We didn't scare off Lord Law.
We didn't ask him to leave.
They'll probably sort it and come back.
Yeah. I mean, all he had to do was just mute his mic. I mean, I'm sure that probably would have fixed it. If he comes back, just send him a message and say just mute his mic if he's not going to talk or anything. But anyway, yeah, so that's all that was, and that was just my hand. And of course it was, because it was my left hand, you can see it has a wedding band, right? Whereas I cast, the more times I pick this up, the more times I'm more likely to frickin' drop it. But you can see here on the hand, well, you guys can't see it yet, but you can see my ring is on my hand. And so it was Quirk's idea to just basically take the ring off and slap it onto the other finger and cast it, and just so that it's more identifiable that it was it's my hand and everything. And I thought it was a good idea. It was kind of fun.
Okay, I can see now. That's actually very cool.
Yeah. And so basically the whole vibe is that she's like this demon, and she's standing on this great statue, and it's I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna color her basically like how Kerrigan is colored in StarCraft 2, and that's basically how that's what her coloring is gonna be like. She's gonna be browns with a bit of flesh tones, with some magenta and purple thrown in there as well. Not sure if I'm gonna do like the glowing. She has like these tendrils on her head, and actually I kind of had the idea maybe that they're glowing towards the ends of the tendrils. I don't know. Again, it's getting down to the wire here, and so it's kind of I gotta kind of work out what I can pull off in the amount of time that I've got, right? So, but right now I'm feeling very positive about getting this done. And yeah, I mean, right now the model itself, I still have to clean a couple of her seam lines, but the kit is really, really awesome. and some of you guys, some of the patrons might recall that a few weeks back there, I spent the whole episode just cleaning the whole thing and talking about, you know, basically like there's very little mold lines on it. Like she's got like, you know, like little crab arm bits and stuff like that, and there was like next to no mold lines on these. I mean, anybody thinking about picking up one of these kits from this company, I would recommend it, definitely, because I mean, from this example, and this is one of their older kits, and it's like next to no mold lines. I mean, they're very, very minimal. So like, I'm sure they probably haven't gone through, you know, like a cycle of like 100 castings yet. They're probably only on like, you know, 20 or 30 castings, because I don't see a lot of people, you know, with these models at all.
That's good to know. I was looking at the Lady Depravity from the winged snake one.
Yeah. It was a hard choice. I was looking at all the models they were offering, because I knew I was going to probably pick up from them, because I don't, like I said, like I don't really see their models much, and yeah, it was her or the newer winged one, the plague one. I actually showed it on Wave the Brush there yesterday. Somebody had painted it up, and yeah, I was thinking about that one as well, because it seemed kind of interesting. Haldane Urbanist. Hey Chris, I keep missing the show, except last week when I was good and ready for the most informative hour on YouTube, and there was no show. Oh yeah, that's right, because I did a Sunday episode. That's right. I'm sorry. Well, I'm not sorry, but you know, I'm sorry. Well, I'm kind of sorry, but not really.
Sound a little sorry.
Okay, well, I'm a little sorry, but I'm not. But I kind of am. But I'm not. So yeah, that's it. I mean, you know, it was just basically I was just planning, you know, these little top secret meetings for Patreon members. It was just, you know, kind of opportunity to kind of bounce ideas back and forth, and you know, show what I'm working on. The main reason why these are kind of top secret too, so some of you guys kind of understand like my thinking here, is because I just don't want to get scooped on the idea, the composition and everything like that. I just don't want anybody, you know, emulating what I'm doing for this competition, because there's still a month out. That's still plenty of time for somebody who has no life, you know, to actually sit down and put in 100 hours to you know, complete a project like this. And so I'm probably not going to show much. I mean, anybody who's Patreon, I've done a few little vlogs and stuff like that, and you know, they're kind of got an idea where I'm at right now, but I'm way behind. But like, I didn't bother filming anything last night because I worked on it last night for a few hours, and I got basically to that phase, because up in, like, at the end of Friday, the hand was still just bare plaster and the base was still just wood, and I had just basically roughly assembled all the components. And so I actually started painting it last night and started building up the color. And initially I started off with grays and such, and I wasn't happy with that. And then I started slowly throwing in greens off to one side, because you know how like rocks will only get moss on one side, like where the sunlight's coming. And so I was going to emulate that kind of a thing going on with the statue, which I'm most likely still going to do. Is just I'm slowly still building all the colors up, because there's greens and browns at play along with the gray, and you know, there's a lot of colors at play that I really want, because I really wanted to have more of an ancient kind of stone kind of look, you know, and that's really the vibe I'm going for. And of course her colors are going to be much more vibrant. And of course, so basically with the hand, I want to have a bit of detritus and stuff in the palm of the hand, kind of like little broken leaves and stuff like that. There might be, you know, moss or vine work on the hand as well. And I also want to have cobwebs in the fingers and such. And the demon herself might have some cobwebs kind of coming off of her. I also thought of something that was kind of, you know, a little bit perverse, is, you know, the cobwebs are kind of coming out from, you know, between her legs kind of thing, and she's like kind of pulling it out. But I thought, no, I guess that's probably a little bit much, you know. So I don't think I'll go that route. But otherwise, yeah, just trying to get that work done, get her assembled, get her ready. The cleaning wasn't half as bad as I thought. Oh, and I did end up breaking a bit of one of her little spiky bits on her head, and so I actually got to fix that. And yeah, But otherwise, that's it. Ebb and flow. Chris, time for the Pee-wee impression. I'm not sorry. I can't quite do a Pee-wee impression. My throat's kind of dry actually at the moment. I keep drinking this Canada Dry, and it's making my throat dry. I don't know, but it's a good old-fashioned club soda. It's good stuff. It's basically what you drink when you're not drinking. Yeah, I probably should have brought alcohol with me today, actually, just to kind of keep things going, because, you know, most likely they'll be the only person in the offices today, you know, so. Okay, so, whatever, I mean, like, since we're well, most of us here, I switched this back to unlisted, so now everybody who initially has gotten in here is in, and everybody else is going to be SOL, so, what's up? What's on everybody's minds?
Not much.
Not much. Come on, Aqua. Like, what are you doing on this Sunday? Did you go to church today?
Yes, obviously.
Okay, well, I figured a good Irish lad like yourself went to church today.
Yeah. But I have a video for you to watch. I'm gonna give you the link. It's actually quite funny.
A link to a video. Okay. It's not risque, is it?
You could say. I don't know.
Talk about vague.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, first of all, Aqua, is it the kind of video that you can share with your parents?
Well, it's a comedy video.
Oh, it's a comedy video.
Yeah. But, you know, alright, here. It's just these two Irish travelers, and oh, it's so funny.
Okay. So hit me with that link then.
There, it's in.
Where is it?
Not for the week.
Oh.
Well, be specific. Hashtag space not hyphen for hyphen the hyphen week.
Okay, I clicked it.
I like that. Terry Donnelly. Do you know you? You're a dirty shite. Last week, you got stuck up on one of those trees, and I had to help you down. Help you down, I did.
And you went behind our backs. You threw a snail at my house. I put you to wheelie bin, and I fucked you down the road. You wanker, you.
Fucked you down the road. Then, after that, my boy here every morning will flog you up and down the place.
I'm out here in the cold. Just to show you I'm not a bitch. I'm in a tank top.
In a tank top. And I swear,
Hey.
I swear, you'll be shining into a bucket for 2 weeks after I'm done with you, you dirty shining bucket, you pyramid bastard.
Your breakfast, lunch, and dinner out your fucking tube, I tell you innocent
But I
bastard.
swear, you want to come into tower, you think you're the king of tower, you're the king of dog shite. That's what you're the king of. With these muscles, I box you.
It's amazing. These kids have the same colors as the white on their shirts.
Rough boiling bastards. You said you come down.
You're only a bagel, a French bagel.
You think you're mad, don't you? You think you're mad? Come down. You were stuck up a roof one day, and I didn't help you down. Because you're a waster. A fucking waster. You're
You
a
dirty weasel, yeah.
dirty weasel. Saying you'll do this to me, saying you'll do that to me. Hit me with a fucking Harley. Hit me now.
I tell her, I'll put you in the back of the truck, and you'll never be seen again, you little wanker,
You
yeah.
those bastards. You bare-beds cunt ya. Fight me. Come on, right now, right here.
We're
Right here.
We're here. We're here.
Wait for you. Look at my blade. I'll fight you.
How can they
You
fight him right
stupid
now
bastards.
when they still have to upload this to
It's not
YouTube?
each other. But listen to me. You're a bunch. You fucking...
My horsey trampled over you, and I had to pay for your hospital bill. You won't be skipping no more queues anymore, but the only queue you'll be skipping is to the fucking hospital. There's gonna be 3 hits in the fight. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor, and the ambulance hitting fucking 90, I tell
Because
her.
you're only a bitch. That's what you are. A fucking bagel. You says you're the man in tower. You will get flogged around the place. You dirty innocent bastards.
That's all we've to say. Fuck yourself.
Well, at least it was concise.
Oh yeah. Don't worry, that's
Okay,
not me.
so now Aqua, that's the kind of stuff that you watch.
How did you know?
Because my
it's
kids watch
friend.
the same kind of crap too.
It's his friend, he says.
Oh, it's his friend. Oh, it's his friend, he says. Yeah, okay, I buy that one.
And I sit beside him, and then he just, like, me doing my work, because I'm a very good boy in school, and then he just goes, there's gonna be 3 hits in a fight, and then he got in trouble. And, like, right when he said, and yeah, I'm sitting fucking 90, and then the teacher, like, gave a stick to him. It was so funny.
Now, like, yeah, but I mean, like, because back in my day, the line was 2 hits. Me hitting you, you hitting the floor. That's it.
That's how I learned it.
I don't know where the 3rd hit came from. Does
Third
it bounce?
hit came from the ambulance.
The ambulance hits you? Well, that's
The
just,
ambulance
that
hit
just sounds
90.
like gross negligence there. I mean, that doesn't even make sense.
Gross negligence. Love it.
Basically, what the third one is like the ambulance hitting 90 that on the road, and the ambulance hitting 90. That's basically the ambulance going queer fast on the road. You know, if you understand me.
It's going queer fast?
Queer. Oh, stop with your Wexford accent. With. Okay, I don't know. See, I hate having ASD.
Oh, no, don't worry. There's nothing wrong with you. It's just the expressions are very different, and so like certain things catch my ear, and it's like, wait, what was that expression? No, you speak how you speak, man. I mean, like, you know, there's no. I mean, like, I have no idea what the hell you're talking about.
Okay, why is the stream gone offline?
Is there an Irish Urban Dictionary we can check?
Yes. I mean, like,
look it up.
you know, I'm trying. Who's the most famous Irish comic? Who, like, right out of Ireland? I'll have to watch a lot of him or her.
Oh, old or new?
Anybody.
Okay, Irish slang here.
Like, who's an Irish comic? Like a famous Irish comic?
Trying to think of his name. The guy who does Mrs. Brown's Boys is.
Yeah.
Mrs. Brown's Boys.
Yeah.
Oh my God! You haven't watched that?
You have to watch it. It's so good.
Okay.
Okay, here's an Irish slang word: gas. Irish slang meaning crazy, ridiculous, incredible, etc. Basically meaning something you don't believe. It used about good, bad, and neutral things. Person 1, Jack broke his ankle. Person 2, that's gas.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to record that and play it back slow motion. Kooky in the chat. Maybe you should try speaking Irish. Maybe I should try speaking Irish.
Oh, hi there. Okay, I don't know how to do Dublin accent.
Well, I mean, like, yeah, everybody can do the stereotypical, Lucky Charms accent, but
yeah.
But like a proper Irish accent. I mean, like, well, speaking proper Irish. I mean, yeah, like we were talking last time, Aqua, that you take what is your native language called again?
Gaelic.
Yes. How do you know?
Well,
one of my best friends speaks Gaelic fluently.
Okay, so like
Tommy and McGoney aired.
So like Aqua, give us like the typical greeting in Gaelic.
Díagwit, that means hello. Días Margaret, hello to you again. Like, and then Codisanam this, what is your name? Tomas Anam Dum. That's my name. And then Céad Melina Dish, what age are you? Céad no. Tommy Melina Dish. Tommy. Oh fuck, I forgot 12 in Irish.
Okay, well that's good enough. I mean, you know, it gets the point across. Yeah, because I like we were talking last time, and I found it very interesting that you're learning the language in school, which I think is very cool. And you know, you always kind of forget that the UK is made up of different people, right? And so.
And we don't have certain letters in the alphabet, so we don't have X, we don't have Y, we don't have W.
Interesting. Ojibwe or Anishinaabe, which is our language, we don't have an R.
Oh, that must be difficult.
Not really.
Not if you don't need it. It's not difficult.
if you don't need it, yeah, exactly. Dark Commission says Dave Allen was my fave Irish comic, and Father Ted.
Oh, Father Ted. Oh no. Oh god.
I only know a tiny bit of Gaelic because of the Scottish regiment I was with, but those are mostly drinking related phrases.
Alright, say one. Say one.
Yeah, like how do you order another Guinness? Because I'll need to know that one.
Oh no, these were more like expressions, like cheers and songs and stuff. We just use English in the mess whenever we order Scotch.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Johnny's Chop Shop. Top Secret Gathering of Monkeys, Episode 2. Speaking Irish, Chris.
Oh god. I can't find the link anymore. Like I don't know what's actually going on. Like, wait, hang on. Hold up.
Yeah, Mad Cat Crazy says, I speak Swedish, and we have
There we go.
A with, what is that? The little line above it, and then A with 2 dots.
Oh,
O with 2 dots. Which English doesn't, yeah. Well, I mean, it could be worse. It could be like Russian, where they have like the pi symbol and the pitchforky symbol, and you know what I mean. Like, I have no idea what those are called, but Dark Commissioner Chris, do you have a Native American name? Well, not a Native American name. I have an Anishinaabe name. Yeah, I actually have 2 names. One is known by the people and friends and family and everybody within my close circle know my name, and of course one that is on my birth certificate as well is Ojibwe, and yes, so I do, yes, and my children do, and my brothers and sisters do. Danbu, Part 2. You think Irish is hard? You want to hear Welsh? Why, if you're on Discord, yeah, let me hear some Welsh. I mean,
Welsh is just like, oh, it's hard.
Is he on here? No. Leatherballs is pretty quiet. That's okay, though. We're all in here making enough noise as it is. Cookie, we have C with the little squiggly line, C with the, what is that, a dot?
Fada.
Yeah.
It's fada.
And a DZ as apparently as a single sound as well. What sound does a DZ make? Does? Is that actually part of a word? Does?
That's my guess.
Dark Commission. Welsh is beautiful. Well, let me hear some Welsh. Let me, get on Discord. Who knows how long I'm going to keep this stream going, so let's hear some Discord.
Okay, what was this for? Like, I don't understand.
The what?
What was the gathering for?
Oh, I was just going to work on my project, and I was just showing the monkeys on what the patrons, what I was working on. I've been doing it, I did it 2 weeks ago. I did a stream, and I've also been posting videos that only the Patreons can see. There are a few videos as well. Just basically like vlogging of my efforts in getting this done. Because like I said, like I'm trying to keep this kind of private, just because I don't want anybody else imitating my composition or anything like that. I'm sure it's really just kind of paranoia, really, but I mean, it's a competition, so I mean, you want to try and bring forth an original idea, right?
No such thing as paranoia, just good thinking.
Wait, so Chris, if I were to do a Patreon, like you, so then that means I'll have that role in the Discord forever then, even if it runs out, like.
I mean, sure. Because I mean, I'll most likely forget to turn it off on people. I don't know, but I mean, yeah.
Okay, I have €2 coin here, so I'm just gonna see how much a dollar is in euros. I think it's like 81 cents. Let me check.
Yeah, it's a couple cents, man. Euro is like American exchange for Canadians, which is like
Yes, I was right.
50%. Dark Commission and sexy when spoken by ladies. Oh, Welsh? Well, Dark Commission, get on the damn channel, man. Where are you?
I want your Dark Commission talk. Ooh la la.
Yeah. I'm getting kind of excited here now. Got me all worked up.
Oh my, family stream.
No, this is private, man. We're private.
Oh boy, even better.
Yeah. Why do you think I was letting Aqua drop F-bombs? I mean, like.
True. Very true.
Well, I mean, like, it's not like I can stop him from doing F-bombs, but I mean, I wasn't like, Aqua, don't say that.
Yeah, I suppose you could ban him.
I could ban him. Yeah, that's an option. I could just flat out ban him. Give him the old ban hammer.
Ban him for no reason. Just see what happens.
Yeah, that'll learn the little cuss. Notice he's quiet now.
I want to see Chris and Aqua fight because I just want to see Chris be that bad of a person to beat up a 12-year-old.
Be just kicking the crap out of some Irish kid. That'd be all over the internet so fast.
Aqua tries to get a GoFundMe to like support him.
Just keep kicking him and telling him it's 2 hits. 2 hits.
Yeah. It's 2 hits, man. It's 2 hits. Danish artist. Some Danish accents can sound a lot like it's not Danish at all. Oh, wait. Some Danish accents can sound like it's not Danish at all. So the accent is not an accent? Is that what he's saying? I think that's what he's saying. Dark Commission. My dad was Welsh speaker, but he worked shifts when I was a kid, so I never learned, but wanted to pick it up recently. Johnny Shop. Big monkey puts out and call the monkey come running. Yeah. Dark Commission says he can pronounce it good enough though. Okay, cool. Dan Bow Part 2. Charlotte Church speaking Welsh. I don't know who that is. Is that a person, Charlotte Church, or is that a place? Like you're speaking Welsh at a place, or is that a person? Because Charlotte Church sounds like a church.
She is a singer-songwriter.
Oh, is she? Okay.
From the UK.
Dark Commission says Catherine Jenkins. Again, I don't know who that is. But I assume they just sound really hot when they speak, I guess. In Welsh, whatever. Or is it when they speaking Welsh, or when they have the accent? Is that what it is?
Okay, well, she's a soprano.
Danish artist. Well, the accent makes it sound non-Danish, but weirdly enough, it's still Danish, sort of. All right. Danish though, doesn't that sound a bit? Doesn't it have a bit of a German-like accent? Isn't that Danish? It has a bit. Almost sounds a bit like German. Or am I way off there? I don't know. Maybe I want to have to go tour Europe and just get an ear for all these languages. Maybe.
You can convince Matt to let you go. Make it a business expense.
Yeah. There we go. Danbo says she's a singer. She's got a cracking set of lungs on her. Like lungs or lungs? Like, are we talking lungs? Now I'm gonna have to look her up. Wait, which one was he talking about? Charlotte Church, that's it. Oh yeah. Okay. And she's a good singer? Awesome. Well, that's just awesome. I mean, is there anything like I would have heard, or is it like, you know, is it just crap that plays over there, or like what? Sounds like somebody else joined us or left. One of the two.
Hi, Aqua.
Oh, Aqua. Oh, Aqua left. He probably caught shit from his parents. He's, what the hell are you doing on there so late at night, talking to all those strange people?
Yeah, I was going to say, it might be supper. Isn't it like 7 o'clock-ish there?
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
And aren't you not supposed to talk to strangers on the internet?
You're not supposed to. Even though he, you know, plasters his face all over the place, you shouldn't be talking to him. Not really, anyway. Oh, man. Yeah, I've never heard of this Charlotte Church. And what was the other one? Catherine Jenkins. Okay, let's have a look here. Catherine Jenkins. Can't help but say it like that. Oh, yeah. Looks like a movie star. Both of them blonde, too. Is it only blondes that come out of Welsh territory, or what? Okay. Never heard of her. Probably makes music I probably wouldn't get into. But that's okay. Still easy on the eyes. Danish artist, German, Swedish, and Norwegian. Cool. Coogie, what language do you speak, Chris? I speak English and bad English. I know a little bit of Ojibwe. Tiny amount, tiny. My kids know more than me. They went to school for it. I never learned it in school. Oh, and French a little bit too. Tiny. I lived in Montreal for like a year, and it didn't help me at all to pick up French at all.
Yeah, because Montreal's not the city of French.
Yeah, you know, it's not. Like, half the island doesn't even speak French. Like, can't speak French. So, yeah, there's actually a whack ton of English speakers in Montreal. And in fact, I lived in, what was it, the South Shore? East Shore? Longueuil I lived in, which is on the shore of Montreal. And there was actually a community in Longueuil, apparently, that was all English. Even the street signs were all English, which I thought was kind of interesting.
Welcome back, Aqua.
Were you catching hell from your parents, Aqua?
No, my PC restarted.
Why'd your PC restart?
Does that all the time. Ever since I upgraded Windows 10.
Oh.
Facts. I had my PC restart in the middle of class the other day. I almost smacked my laptop off the desk.
Oh, rip.
Yeah, that's stupid. And the stupid thing about Windows 10, I don't know if you have Windows 10, but you can't turn off the automatic updates.
Oh, yeah.
Like without running a script, which is completely stupid. You can't turn off automatic updates. That is just bull.
Yeah, it's absolute garbage.
Mm-hmm. Ebb and Flow, he got scared after you threatened GBH. Who's GBH?
Yay, okay.
Oliver Pedersen, can all join on Disco? Sure, why not? Jump in. Yeah. Just go to WadeRush.com.
Disco. I would love for a disco right now.
Disco? Yeah, Discord, man. I mean, like I realized that there's 39 people on Discord right now. I don't have no idea how many are actually, like, you know, watching.
I know how to check.
You know how to check?
Yes.
Because you're just that awesome, Aqua, or what?
To check how many people you have on Discord, even if they're offline, go up to the Way the Brush thing.
The Way the Brush
like
thing?
up at the top. Do you see it? Up at the
Yeah.
top. And then you should see whatever you call it. server settings,
Yeah. And then
and
members.
then gold members, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And then it should see how many you have.
Well, I didn't want to know how many. Oh, look at that. Aqua, go down to bands. Okay, watch whose name shows up there in a second.
No, not mine, not mine. No, 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 no.
Nice,
Jesus.
please.
Wait, hang on.
Kooky. Then you definitely need to expand and tour Europe. Yeah, I do, man. I do.
All right, listen to this.
Okay. Is he going to fart into the mic? Aqua, you're a regular Liberace. Or Elton John, one of the two.
I like Elton John.
Elton John's good. Everybody
I
likes
was gonna
Elton
say Ray Charles.
John. Ray Charles. Yeah, he could be.
Yeah, you don't know.
You don't know. You don't know. Dark Commission. Yeah, I'm not even going to try and pronounce any of that shit there. Please speak more slowly, which I would have to memorize and use frequently. Yeah, I could never pronounce. I couldn't even begin to pronounce that. I'm not even going to try. I'll look like a complete moron. More so than normal.
Slowly.
Ebb and flow is GBH is grievous bodily harm. Oh yeah, because I was starting with the bodily harm. That's right. I knew that. I was just testing.
You sure you're testing now, Chris?
No, not at all.
I hate that when people lie. It's so annoying.
Well, I mean, you know, you could get banned from the server. I mean, if you want.
I don't get any ideas. What have I done wrong?
Everything.
Nothing, Aqua. You've been a very big help today. You did absolutely nothing wrong.
Finally, someone actually accepts me.
I think lots of people accept you, Aqua.
Oh, I got a question for you, Chris.
Okay.
Can you let us in on any hints? Because I know Matt said he's going to be doing that role-playing thing on like Wednesdays or Tuesdays or Thursdays. It's someday that ends in Y. Are you going to be partaking in any of that?
Yes, I am.
Much
We are going to start filming the new season of the game. Oh, when the hell are we doing that? Yeah, so tomorrow we're working on character creation and stuff like that because we got to. And then when do we start filming? I thought we started filming on the 1st, but oh wait. I'm on the wrong damn day. Wrong part of my calendar. Here we go. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we start filming on the 1st. For the whole new campaign. For the Dark Heresy campaign. That's what you're talking about, right?
Oh no. Okay. Donald Trump just tweeted out. Have no clue what the fuck Fortnite is, but you can build massive walls. I love it.
Donald Trump did not put that out there.
I do love me some Fortnite.
Fortnite is
Yes,
hilarious. My son has been playing that competitively. He's been getting into tournaments and stuff.
Oh.
He's that good.
Oh, dang.
Yeah. Yeah, so today's what, the 25th? Yeah, so we're playing... Now, yeah, Eldari, you were talking about the Dark Heresy campaign, right?
Yes, the live show one that'll go into the vault after.
Yeah. We're going to start filming that on the 1st. But something Wednesday is going to get done. I think he's probably just going to put out an announcement video on it, I think. And then Yeah, and so it'll be pretty much every Thursday. It looks like starting at 12:30 in the afternoon.
Oh.
And yeah, myself, I will be playing. My character is actually kind of boring, but fun.
Well, I'm excited to see your character. I don't want any more spoilers because I pay for that bulk membership.
How much
Yeah,
is the
it should.
membership?
It should be fun though, because I mean it's going to be Josh, Steve, Quirk, Luca, Aaron, and myself. So there'll be no Dave, and there'll be no. Who's missing from the last one?
Quirk?
Who?
Quirk.
Yeah, that's what's who's Quirk?
No, I'm pretty sure Quirk is in this. Who is it? Josh, Steve, Quirk. Right? Is that right? Josh, Steve, and Quirk. Luca, Aaron, myself.
I'm assuming Lee's not going to be in it?
Yeah, that's 6 of us. Yeah. Who was well, because Dave is not going to be in this one, but I thought there was somebody else who wasn't, because who was in the last one?
You mentioned them all, but Dave's the only one that wouldn't be in it because there's only 5 in the Blue Collar Heresy.
Oh, there's only 5 in the blue collar? Okay, well, there's 6 of us now. There's 6 of us. We're doing it live. So we have to try and watch our mouths. It's going to be really, really hard.
What do you mean hard?
What's that?
What do you mean it's going to be hard?
Yeah. But yeah, so
we're going to laugh our asses off if you see it.
yeah, we're gonna have to. We're just gonna be very, very careful because you know Matt doesn't like us, you know, swearing a whole lot, and you know he likes to keep the channel and stuff, you know, mostly PG, closer to G than PG.
That's
Mostly?
Mostly. Well, it's mostly.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
I mean,
40K is kind of dark.
Yeah, 40K. Like we're very 40K centric as far as the channel's concerned, and I mean 40K on a whole is quite dark and bloody, and you know, I mean, like it's violent, and you know, like I mean, a lot of violence, you know, is not G. I would think, anyway. I don't know. Maybe. Evan, full of my kids are all ate up with Fortnite. Yeah, I mean it's a lot of fun. I mean it's you know, it's like the GoBots version of PUBG, right? So you know, if PUBG was Transformers, Fortnite is GoBots, and only really old people get that reference. But anyway, you know, I mean, Fortnite, the one thing I do like about Fortnite is the build mechanic. That's really, really cool. Versus PUBG, where, you know, there's no, you know, immediate kind of protection, you know, or anything like that. They can create these fortresses or, you know, build huge towers or, you know. But you get to drive around everywhere in PUBG versus Fortnite, where you gotta run everywhere. And identifying targets in Fortnite is easier, way easier than PUBG. PUBG, you see, guy can be right in front of you shooting at you, and sometimes you don't even quite see him. Oh, excuse me.
Oh god, what did I just do?
What'd you do? What did you just do?
Okay, I was talking to my best friend, and then he said, "Add me on PlayStation when you get back." And instead of KK, I put KKK.
That's not good.
That is not good.
That's why that Donald Trump tweet showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, not for the asterisk button. Asterisk. Drop that last kill, please.
Okay, who's playing Fortnite?
Wait, isn't the clan just an American thing?
I thought so.
Yeah, I assume so.
Yeah.
Also, Chris, I learned something. The new headquarters of the clan for the Midwestern sect of the clan are now in Schaumburg, Illinois.
Cool.
Heyo.
You're not a member, are you?
No.
I don't know.
I'm just saying, if you're on the road to Adepticon and you see ghosts with torches, don't stop. Just keep going.
Keep driving.
No, I've driven through Indiana. I've seen those burning crosses and stuff. I lived in Tennessee for a while. One day I was out for a walk. Let me finish what's in my mouth here. I was out for a walk in a nice hot Tennessee sun. It was about 120 something with humidity. And it's just, you know, it was nice. It was a nice, quiet looking neighborhood and everything like that. And I'm walking up and up to an intersection. And this limousine pulls up beside me. And, you know, they have those little flags on the hood. It had the Confederate and the KKK on it, like right beside me. And I was just kind of like, looked at it and I just, you know, just kind of, well, there we go. That's the world. But the thing is, though, which I kind of appreciated in the South, was the racism was much more in your face kind of thing, much more noticeable. And if certain people felt a certain way towards, you know, your skin color, they kind of let you know right away. You know, you got that vibe from them right away. Versus you get up north and in Canada and stuff like that, and people are very good at camouflaging, you know, their actual, you know, ideologies and, you know, where they, you know, what they think, you know. Because some people, you know, they can pretend to be like Canadians, you know what I mean? Like you think, oh, well, they're like, there's no racism in Canada. There's tons of racism in Canada. And, you know, I hear like little, you know, white kids and stuff like that, and they're dropping N-bombs all the time, talking about black people, and, you know what I mean? Like, and it's like, you know,
Almost spit out my coffee when you said that because it's so true.
Yeah, exactly. But down south, though, they don't talk like that. In fact, you know, you can talk, like, when I was living in Tennessee, you know, you know, I could be walking down the street and it'd be like midnight, and there'd be a little old lady walking down, and you know, I would say good evening, and she's, you know, good evening, and they'll stop and tell you their life story. I stopped one time, this big black guy, he looked scary as hell, like, you know, and under any other kind of normal situations, and I said hello, and he said hello, and then, you know, he proceeded to tell me his life story, you know, and then I was, you know, it's not what you think, you know, it's you know, mind you, I mean, like, you know, what am I doing walking down the streets at midnight, you know, in the dark, and, you know, saying hi to people? But people were very, very friendly and very upfront, you know, versus, you know, you get it like where I come from in Sault Ste. Marie, you know, people walk past each other on the sidewalks, don't even look at each other, don't even say hi, don't say nothing, you know, whereas down south, you know, people say, hello, you know, good day. And so that's what I really liked about the South, is that, you know, very openness, you know.
Oh.
And plus, too, I mean, like, they also have, like, concealed carry and stuff like that. So, if, you know, if anybody's about to wrong you, you know, you just draw your gun and blast them, right? So.
You don't have a gun, though, do you?
I have rifles. I don't have handguns or anything, no.
Oh, you have a rifle. Okay.
But, I mean, like, my rifles for hunting. I don't consider it, you know, like, home defense or anything like that. Whereas Mini Wargamer Josh owns a lot of guns, and I think he owns a lot of pistols too and stuff like that. And so,
so Chris, do you just have your PAL, or do you have your RPAL too?
Neither.
Oh right, yes. Duh. Josh.
No. Now, mind you, though, my rifles are not here in Welland. My rifles are back in Garden, in my home territory.
I can understand that.
Because, yeah, if I had them in my home, then, yeah, I'd have to have them all, you know, taken care of legally, you know what I mean? Or have all the paperwork for them or whatever.
Chris, the only thing I don't understand about Canada is in Canada, muzzle loading muskets are prohibited. So you can, but if they're built before 1800, I do believe is the cutoff date, they're legal. But if you buy a reproduction of the same gun, it is prohibited.
I have no idea why that is. Because I mean, like, the only thing I can think of is because you can adjust the powder and everything like that, or maybe because it doesn't go through the proper firearms checking, and safety. Maybe.
They're also more risky, so
Right. I mean, well, yeah, because I mean, like, it's got to go through like an authorized dealer kind of thing, right? It's whereas if it's a replica and it's just I mean, because it wasn't like big corporations were pumping out rifles at the time. They were all hand forged, and you know what I mean, like, so they weren't up to the industry standards, right? Because those guns back then could just as easily blow your own face off too, right?
They kind of worked out that problem. Most guns past like 1700 usually don't explode if they're being used by a competent person.
Sure, but
mostly.
But I mean, like, there's no industry standard for the metal and for the the creation of the gun, as opposed to rifles made in the last 50 years, right? I mean, but I mean, like, my question is why does something like that stick out in your brain?
Oh, because I do some reenactments, which muskets for like American Revolution are mildly important.
Gotcha. You know what? I don't even know if I've ever seen a musket reenactment in Canada. I don't know if any of those go on.
There's one that happens down here at one of the historic sites.
Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, that's right. Because you're in Windsor, and yeah, a lot of battles were all fought in that area. Because what's that river that comes out?
Either St. Clair or the Detroit River.
Yeah, there was because like I know like Tecumseh, there was a whole bunch of battles in that area. Yeah.
I think they did some reenactments on Fort St. Joseph this past summer before maybe.
On the island, they did some reenactments. Oh yeah, what was the reenactment?
Yep. I have no idea. That's not something I'm into, so I didn't read into it very far.
Yeah, because I can't imagine. Because, I mean, as far as any kind of infamous battles up in that way, I can't really think of any. It's pretty far north.
There was one, and I thought that the fort got burned down, and that's why it got rebuilt.
Well, there was Fort Mackinac, and I mean, I don't know if they want to redo reenactments for that, because that's when we took of the Ojibways, we took the fort, and yeah, but I mean, like, it was actually quite it wasn't a very shooty type of affair, because basically it was the fort on Mackinac Island. It was being manned and everything like that, and then there was like a large group of people playing lacrosse, and so the game was going on, and the game was carrying on, and so then the soldiers in the fort were starting to spectate, and then of course they opened up the gate to come out and spectate, and as soon as the gate opened, they rushed in and took the fort from them.
Sounds a lot like the Battle of Fort Detroit.
Yeah. Well, they saw the tactic work once. They said, you know what, we'll do it again.
Just walked around the fort a whole bunch of times and lit a bunch of fires, and the Americans just gave up.
Yeah. Anywho. Back out crazy. There was a U.S. politician who wanted to ban muzzle loaders with silencers because of mass shootings. I find it funny how most anti-gun politicians don't know anything about guns. Who would put a suppressor on a muzzle loader? I don't
That's
know.
what I'm asking myself.
Yeah.
How would you do that?
Oh, it's just
Is
like
that a pillow?
yeah, essentially you just put a big pillow in front of it, right?
That would be terrible.
I mean, yeah, it's just, you know, I mean, you can totally put it on a silencer on a muzzle or like a musket or whatever. Why would you? I don't know.
It's so ridiculous as like a concept, though.
Yeah, because the gun would be like 15 feet long. Ebb and Flow is like Elmer Fudd.
Chris, just remember, if you go back to Tennessee, you can't have a concealed weapon of over 6 feet in length.
Yeah, that's fine.
No snipers, no machine guns.
That's fine. I mean, like when Tennessee, man, it was awesome. I mean, like I'd see some like a young woman. She's out for a jog, and you can see she's got her freaking Glock strapped to her leg while she's listening to her iPod while she's just going for a jog. And I mean, like you know she's ready to cap whoever gives her any kind of static, right? So you don't. You know what I mean? You just nod politely, let her carry on her way, and that's it.
She's just playing hard to get.
Yeah, she's playing hard to get. What a rapey kind of attitude.
Oi.
Technically, you can open carry like that in Illinois, but if you do, the police arrest you for disturbing the peace.
Oh, really?
That sounds kind of backwards.
Yeah, you can legally have you can't have it concealed within the city limits of Chicago, which is contradictory to state law, but you can open carry in Chicago, but the police will arrest you for disturbing the peace.
Yeah, that sounds messed up.
That's
Yeah, Chicago might be a big exception to a lot of rules, though. They've got some serious gun crime.
Sure.
We found out the guns are coming from Canada. I'm looking at you, Chris.
What?
Same.
I didn't bring any guns. I mean, I'm not a gun nut, and I don't advocate banning guns or anything like that. I mean, I like to think of myself as more in the middle of the road.
Doesn't matter. I'm still blaming you.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, then whatever.
Blame Chris on everything he does.
Mad Cow Crazy. Who would commit mass shooting with a musket anyway? Oh no, he got shot someone and then 1 minute later run and hide before he mass murders another person? Yeah, it's not a terribly effective way. That's why automatic weapons are often chosen as the rifle of the mass murderer. Dark Commission. You could do some major damage with a catapult and a bag of bearings or nuts. Yeah, catapult. Yeah, see, there we go. Why doesn't anybody lay a proper siege to a place? You know what I mean? Nobody gets like the battering rams or the catapults, trebuchets, or anything like that. Like, nobody goes to the effort really anymore to do a good proper siege. Why is that?
All you get is an AR-15.
Because you're dead before you get to the door.
You know what I mean? Like a trebuchet and a guy's...
I'm coming with a stick! Ah!
Yeah, you know what I mean? Like he's got like pig corpses and he's lighting them on fire and he's launching those things across across a river into a schoolyard or something like that. You know what I mean? Like a good sinister kind of siege, laying siege to a town. Like getting a good bunch of buddies together and getting catapults and like where are those days gone?
I think you're going to have problems with the police and the military and the fire department.
Yeah, but if you're trebucheting like pigs at people, I mean, those like a pig, imagine the weight of a pig being shot by a trebuchet at like a fire engine. That fire engine would go flying.
Because trebuchets are known for their accuracy to moving targets.
Well, sure, you get pretty good. I mean,
Be right back, guys.
I'm not saying, it can't happen.
Try yourself a big piece of land with your friends and, just do trebuchet target practice.
Yeah.
Gotta plan this. Chris is talking long-term benefit here.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like, and I mean, trebuchets, I mean, like, yeah, they can be pretty big, but you can also make some pretty small ones, too. Pretty deadly.
Speaking of sieges, Chris, when can we lay siege to the new MWG in Welland?
Oh man, that date keeps getting pushed. Matt has renewed our 1-year lease for this place. So, which doesn't fill me with a lot of joy, because initially with this whole new place back in the summertime when we knew where this was going to be happening, it was like late spring that we were going to move in. So I was like, yeah, right on. And then it's like it's probably more closer to summer. And I was like, oh, okay. And then it was like late summer, and I was like, oh, come on. And now we're talking like it might not be until the winter time. And I'm like, really, guys? Winter? It's going to take us another year to get into this place?
When Dave did that walkthrough, that was my initial thought. I was like, I'm thinking like late this year they're getting in there.
Because isn't it only Dave and like 3 other contractors doing it?
No, there's a construction crew that's been hired to build. I mean, Vito and Drewski, I mean, I'm not exactly sure what their roles are, but I mean, like, I know Vito has been making like weapons and, you know, decoration stuff. I mean, they haven't even laid out walls yet, or, you know, even got any air conditioning in yet or anything like that. Like, none of the construction has even taken place yet. And we're getting into March. Ebb and flow. Illinois can be terribly backwards. There is apparently a Nazi sympathetic candidate in this for the state office. Reminds me of the Blues Brothers. And then Dark Commission.
Yeah, that's genuinely true. She is a, I don't want to call her a conservative because that's not a right word.
Disingenuous to real conservatives.
Well, go ahead, Matt.
I think she went to Skokie. It's something weird. She has some weird tie to a neo-Nazi, and it doesn't matter because any conservative candidate that runs for governor in Illinois can't win because Chicago and 2 other counties, because we have Cook, Lake, and DuPage, and the 4 counties along the lake have more population than the rest of the state. So the rest of the state doesn't matter. So I think Bruce Rauner was our first conservative governor in like the last 60 years.
Oh, I heard there was one, I thought he was talking about, there was one of the guys who, he's just a blatant Nazi sympathizer and white supremacist, and he's running because nobody else took the position, so he just managed to get enough people to say, okay, sure.
Oh man, well that's all it takes, right? I mean, that's, you know, nobody's running. Well then, yeah, that's the people's fault for not filling those positions properly, right?
I don't know, because the state is technically bankrupt, but not bankrupt, because we can't sell lottery tickets anymore, because we don't have the money to pay out the lottery tickets. Also, we haven't passed a budget in like 6 years for the state.
That sounds awfully corrupt.
4 governors in the last 20 years are in some sort of federal prison.
Yeah.
That's your problem.
Yeah, there's your problem.
That makes it easy. There you go.
That doesn't sound good. That doesn't have the makings of a good government anyway. Dark Commission. The whole point of the Second Amendment is so you can bear arms as a militia in order to remove a corrupt government. Period. Not as you can go to Toys R Us with an AK-47. And then
no.
And then Evan Flo said, don't tell George that. Because we got, after Way of the Brush yesterday, Evan Flo and George and myself, we were in there for a while. And we were on the whole, because you guys, I don't know if you guys caught the show yesterday, but we got onto the whole school shooting thing, and then somebody had asked about what my opinion was on the whole thing. And so, yeah, George got really vocal last night about the whole thing. I mean, like, you know, I mean, I understand his position. I mean, you know, I'm very pro Second Amendment for Americans. I like that idea that there's a clause within your own constitution that if the government gets really effed up, you can clear it out and put in a new one and proper one, and you know what I mean. Like that's the intention, right? And you know, when exactly do you pull that trigger? Essentially, is the question, right?
Pull the trigger.
You know, so yeah, but otherwise, yeah, good old George there. He was very vocal about that, and like I mean, like you know, I for the most part I can see where he's coming from. I know there's a lot of people who share that kind of view, and you know, I mean, like whether you agree or disagree, but you know, I mean, really, I mean, personally, like the whole school shooting thing, you know, like arming the teachers, it's a terrible idea. It's ridiculous. It's dumb.
Chris?
Hold on. Versus putting up metal detectors and at least deterring the entry of people with these kind of weapons into the building itself. Because, I mean, like, you have facilities where they do security checks to, you know, prevent people from bringing stuff in. Now, mind you, somebody very determined to cause bodily harm against other people is most likely gonna, you know, achieve their goals anyway. But at least you when you have these kind of deterrents, it stops those that might be on the fence of doing these kind of things from not doing it. And you know, but I mean, arming the teacher, no. I mean, like, you know, teachers used to be able to paddle kids, and I mean, you bring back guns into teachers are more likely to use the damn guns on the kids anyway. If everybody's armed, you're just going to have more instances of people shooting each other. So, no. Now, nobody's talking about, and this was kind of where George was going, was that, you know, and you hear this side a lot, is that, no, it's the Second Amendment, right to bear arms. Nobody's talking about taking your guns away. We're talking about public safety. And how this is a bipartisan type issue, how this is even a political issue, I have no idea. Only in America can this happen, where public safety is a political issue. How is that even an issue? You're talking about the well-being of the citizens. How is that an issue? And that was my thing. Okay, go ahead, Eldari.
No, I was just giving you shit. I was just saying, tell us how you really feel, Chris. I don't believe that. You didn't sound impassioned at all.
Tell us how you really feel.
Well, no, but I mean, like, I fully support the Second Amendment. I mean, I like I said, like the capacity for the people to rise up and overthrow their government is right in a clause within their own rules, within their own constitution, and I like that. I think, you know, that's a very good thing. And that the people should be armed so that the government doesn't oppress the people. I think that's a very good thing. But I mean, you gotta start to consider public safety, because I mean, like these school shootings, it does not seem like they're stopping anytime soon. So how do you stop it? Arming the teachers, not a terribly bright idea. Metal detectors and stuff like that, all right, sure, that addresses, you know, that's putting a band-aid on the issue, I suppose. But I think the real issue is that these guns should not be in the hands of people who are apparently mentally disturbed, or, you know, criminal records, or, you know what I mean? Like they just, you know, there's got to be a better solution to this.
All I was going to say is I've driven past that school about 4 times. The most recent one.
Oh, Parkland?
Yeah. We have a condo right by there. And all I can say is that place has so much money.
Pretty big school, isn't
Well,
it?
sure. I mean, well, look at how big that movement's got. Of course, there's a lot of money. You know, like if it was an inner city school, nobody gave a shit.
No, in Chicago we have technically a school shooting, but really what it is, it's a gang hit on a school ground about once a month, and no one gives a shit.
Yeah.
Wait, shut up.
But that's the thing, though, is that people's heads get twisted around about the ideas here. And that's how one side is spinning the story on another, is that it's a political issue. It's not. It's a public safety issue. and that's really how it should be viewed. It's a public safety. You know, how do you fix it?
Our system's far from perfect over here, but
sure.
I don't know. It's.
But I mean, like there's not a whole lot of school shootings.
No, and the thing is, like, because I have an RPAL, my name gets run through the RCMP's public database every single day for a criminal record check. So the state has the authority to enter my home whenever they want, because of my license, to seize my firearms if there's anything pops up, or if somebody reports that I'm a public safety concern. Cops can just come in and seize all my firearms legally.
Right. Now, see, the thing is, though, is in Canada, it's fewer amount of people, and there's also resources there. Now, America is 10 times the amount of people in Canada, and it does not have those same amount of resources dedicated to background checks and these kinds of things. And it doesn't. And it seems like more and more money is lost on those programs to keep the public safe. You know.
What we need. Go ahead.
I think that was the key: is money is lost. Canada's willing to lose money for socialist programs, whereas the States isn't. Yes. It's all about the bottom line, right?
Yes.
That's why these things keep happening. That's why it's a political issue, is because you've got those groups that will pay the politicians money to ignore it.
Yeah, yeah.
And our democracy functions a lot different over here too.
Yeah, well, very differently. I mean, realistically, in theory, the American system is far better because technically 51% of the people should be in control of the of the government, right? Whereas in Canada, because it's the parliamentary system like the British, the minority ends up with the say, which is kind of effed up. You know, a minority can have power and control a policy in the land, the law of the land. Whereas in the States, at least it should be, in theory, 51% because of the partisan system.
In theory, you need, I think it's 35% of the popular vote in Canada to achieve minority in the House.
Right. But that's still effed up. It should be, technically, like a good democracy, it should be 51%. At least.
Because that's only because there's not two parties in Canada.
Right, exactly.
35% still could be technically the majority of all the people represented, but it's not a full 50.
Right.
Well, it gets into the problem with the electoral system in Canada, first past the post. If your horse doesn't win in the race, your votes are essentially wasted. Because even though you might have voted, let's say, NDP, but Liberal candidate won, your votes for the NDP don't count anymore. It kind of sucks. It's the whole system in general.
Mm-hmm. No,
I may or may not have studied this in university at length, but anyways.
And that's the problem we have right now in this planet, is there's no perfect government. You know, we're still all just trying to figure this all out. You know, of course, unless I become emperor and I have 20 clone sons, and I make little space marines and I basically conquer the planet, and then then everything will be fine.
The entire gun control thing is you don't necessarily need new laws. You need laws to be enforced that aren't.
Sure. Yes.
Because Illinois gun control, while it's the harshest in the country, it's fairly adequate. We have over a 3-day waiting period. It's adequate, and if you had that consistent, you could do it.
Yeah, but the thing is, though, it's every law-abiding American, which there's a shit ton of them, they're not the problem. And I mean, criminal elements and mentally disturbed elements, they're going to get their hands on these things anyway, illegally.
Because the Canadians.
Yeah, the other option is they just find something else, right? Like, look at the UK. They've got bans on guns, and what did people do? They went out and started doing acid attacks.
Yeah, yeah.
Have any of you ever found the book by P.A. Ludi, where it was during the British gun ban? He just published a book on how you can build your own firearms at home.
You're giving Aqua ideas there, Matt.
You're giving me ideas.
Is because it's not like the Irish and the English already have a poor enough history. Now we're arming Aqua.
Oh yeah.
I can't make jokes because the last time my family was in Ireland was during the Easter uprising, and we were the English. So.
Oh no, okay. Okay. So that was around when 1916 to 1918, I think.
Are you just gonna read us the wiki page there, Aqua?
It was 1916, and we were the ones shooting into the Irish police station.
Yeah.
Excuse me, post office.
Because we wanted our independence. Just arm me up with a Space Marine, I'll be fine.
Yeah. Same here.
Mad
Cow Crazy. Want to talk about corrupt governments? Then look at Sweden. The government there lies through their teeth about anything that could be interpreted as racist. They made a non-Swedish born Muslim the head of Swedish culture and preservation. He has said in interviews he has no education in Swedish culture and blatantly doesn't care about it. Well, then why would he be appointed to such a position then?
I feel like there might be a little bit more to that story.
Yeah.
Just
So when they dig up Viking artifacts, most of it is turned into scrap metal because the person in charge simply doesn't care. Oh, that sounds crazy. I can't believe that's happening.
That sounds like normal.
It sounds like what?
Normal. PB's greedy. Always greedy.
Yeah, but I mean, like if you found like an old Viking axe head, I mean, turning it into scrap.
The helmet or the head on the person?
No, the head on the axe. And I mean, and you turn that in for scrap metal, that's going to be crap. That's not going to be worth anything. That Viking, that headpiece is going to be worth way more than turning it in for the scrap metal. So it doesn't make a lot of sense why you would take that old those metal artifacts and turn it into scrap metal. You're not going to get much.
Oh, but you need to look at the situation. If I think it's Denmark, you have something when you find something ancient and you mail it to the government or museums, you need to have the ground beyond them for 3 months or something like that. If you don't show them, well, you have the ground for that time. So if you're building a building, you're not behind time. That's why people are greedy. But my view is, I think all people is corrupt. So
true.
Okay, so now, Eldari, when I walk into school, oh wait, why do you have this homemade weapon? I'm just gonna say, oh, someone from the internet just gave me ideas, and I decided to build it. So, sue him!
we are so fucked.
Oh god.
Blame P.A. Luty. That's P.A.L.U.T.Y.
Why do you give him ideas?
Oh, but just blame the English.
Blame the English. Go on.
You guys you guys are giving this little fella a lot of funny ideas. I'm sure he's probably already heard a lot of this stuff, and I'm sure this is not new news to him. But yeah,
I listen on my history and all.
Do you take a lot of history in class?
Well, I'm mostly gone for history and gone to special needs class, but yeah,
okay.
I do history.
Well, then you're gonna need to bone up on your history, buddy. Oh, I'm sure you probably have lots of family who probably tell you lots of stories.
Internet will. I have my friends IRL.
Mad Cow Crazy. How would I feel if an Indian burial ground was dug up and most of the items were simply thrown into the trash? I'm sure it's happened many times. Entire areas of city are built on top of those areas, actually. So, yeah.
Like, I was gonna say, isn't that a Tuesday?
Yeah, that's par for the course as far as colonialism is concerned. So, what else you got, Mad Cow?
I'm sorry.
What's that, Eldari?
Sorry, there was a case not too long ago we were talking about in property where what happened was they were doing an archaeological dig on an indigenous village, I think in Western Canada, and someone tried to claim that as theirs, but the indigenous tribe made also a claim on it, and the court found for the indigenous tribe in that archaeologists couldn't take anything to the museum without permission from the tribe because it was their stuff. Slow changes.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, it was just recently, I can't remember, I think it was in somebody's collection, one of our ancient scrolls were recovered. Because we had a set of scrolls. Basically, Ojibways, Potawatomis, and Odawa. We are a confederacy of 3 people. It's called the Three Fires Confederacy. And the Ojibways are the keepers of the scrolls. And so these scrolls, for a long time, were missing. Now we don't know if the actual keepers themselves died and didn't pass on the knowledge, or if they were actually in other people's control, because there's a copper plate that also was that's been missing from our lands, and we don't know where that one is either. A lot of suspects think there's holdings in Ottawa, Montreal, and in England, in the Queen's vaults. A lot of these items may reside.
Oh, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and I was talking to you, like I said, our law school is really focused on Indigenous legal traditions because it's going to start appearing whether lawyers want to admit it or not. So they're teaching us now. So, like I said, it's a learning every day.
Yep, definitely. Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, like, the whole reason why Canada's in trouble with First Nations is because, well, 100 years ago, it looked like we were going to die out anyway. We were going to go extinct, right? And so we had all these agreements, and they were like, yeah, okay, well, we can delay payment here, delay this, because, I mean, by next year, these people are going to be all gone. Then all of a sudden, something happens, and the people they stop dying, and all of a sudden the population start going back up. And because, I mean, like, my home territory was like, thousands and thousands. And at the low point, I think it was down to like 500 people, which was bad. And so, the government is like, well, these people are going to be dead anyway. So, like, we don't really have to honor these agreements because the people are going to be dead, and then we're just going to get the land anyway, which is how they were operating, and the government is the trustee for the resources. We're supposed to be sharing this land 50-50. We're supposed to be sharing this, and we're not.
Yeah, they were a wampum belt.
And so now that's why the government's in a lot of trouble, because now all these old agreements you have to start honoring. They should be honoring, and they're not. And either we come to a nice, peaceful, legal, or we don't. Because our population is only getting bigger.
Oh, which reminds me, I'm going to send you something later, Chris, on here. It's a statement that Windsor Law School made. I think you'll find it interesting, based on this topic that we're having here.
Okay.
I mean, if you really look at the way Canada treated its First Nation people, it treated them mostly as a conquered people.
No. Early on, no. We're allied to the crown. We're treated as a nation, which we are. That's why that's why we're not Canadian citizens.
Hence why treaties were made, not I forget the other legal document, but treaties are nation-to-nation agreements.
Yeah, treaty is a nation-to-nation agreement. And we have treaties with the Americans and the Canadians. And that's, people just, forget that. And like you have unceded territories throughout this continent, both on the American side and Canadian side, where there's little pockets of unceded land. It's land that's never been turned over to the Americans or to the Crown. It's still our territory. But, there's powers that want to remove that. And that's a direct attack on our sovereignty.
Testify.
Yeah. But I mean, like, but the thing is, though, is like general population, like in Canada, they're not taught these things, And I don't, like, the only reason why they're not taught is because you want to change the story. You want to change the narrative. And the only time you want to change the narrative is to go along with some sort of nefarious type of plan. If you simply wanted to, because I mean, like, Europeans and Native Americans, we were getting along just fine. When the French came over, well, the Vikings came over. Who knows what happened to them, right? Vikings came over.
Nothing good from the record.
Who knows? It's hard to say, right? They weren't just simply killed off because there's no mass graves or anything like that, right? Were they just simply incorporated in? Did they just go back home? Who knows, right? Then, of course, the French came over. And the French were mingling with us pretty darn fine because there's a lot of intermarrying. And in fact, a whole section of Canadian government had to be, created to manage these people called Métis, right? The half-breeds of Ojibways and French. That's what the term originally applied to. Now, mind you, it's kind of bullshit because, I mean, it's saying that this race of people and this race of people, these are half-breeds. Well, that's wrong. They're either European or they're Ojibwe. And if they're raised in the culture, then they're Ojibwe. There's kids I've known many years who grew up very close to Garden River, which is my home territory. And they're from town. They were white as can be. They had no blood of any kind of, any Native American or anything like that. And they were just as Ojibwe as the next kid, because they grew up in the culture and they adopted the mindset and, our lifestyle, and they were indistinguishable from, everybody else, from anybody else in the community. Which is fine, and nobody was like, oh, he's a white kid, he's just from town, whatever, No, he was, he was part of the community.
Oh.
So yeah, that's why Canada's in such need of repairs in this regard. And you get places like Thunder Bay and Winnipeg and stuff, and heavily entrenched in racism and it's colonial thinking. Okay, well, I'm thinking I'm going to end this soon, but I'd rather not end on a solemn note. Somebody tell a fart joke or something.
Okay, I have one.
Okay.
So we have Mary Sue, who's in Catholic school. And Mary Sue usually doesn't pay attention in class, so usually ends up falling asleep. Little Johnny sits behind her and doesn't want her to get in trouble. So we have the nun discussing creation. She's going on and on about it, and she finally looks at the class and goes, "Who created the heavens and the earth?" No one answers. She calls on Mary Sue. She goes, "Mary Sue, would you answer this question?" Mary Sue's sound asleep like usual. Little Johnny doesn't want her to get in trouble, so he takes his pencil and stabs her in the ass with it. She jumps up and she yells, "God Almighty!" The nun says, "Very good, Mary Sue." Mary Sue goes back down to her desk, and she falls asleep again. Now the nun's talking about Jesus Christ and his life. And then she looks at the class again and says, "Who died for our sins?" No one answers again, so she calls on Mary Sue and she goes, Mary Sue, you handled the last question. Can you tell us this one? Sound asleep again, so little Johnny doesn't want her to get in trouble. So he stabs her in the ass with his pencil again. She jumps up and she yells, Jesus Christ! The nun goes, very good. You've been doing your reading. Mary Sue sits back down again and falls asleep. Now the nun's talking about Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden. And she's going on and on. Finally, she says, what did Eve say to Adam after she bore her 24th child? No one answers. So she calls on Mary Sue again. She goes, Mary Sue, would you answer this question? Little Johnny doesn't want her to get in trouble again. So he takes his pencil and really jams it up her ass. And she jumps up and she looks at him and says, if you stick that thing in me one more time, I'm going to break it in half.
Well, there you go, folks. Closing notes by Matthew. I've heard that threat too. I've heard that threat. That was good, Matthew. That was good. I like that one. Okay, anybody got one more? No? Everybody's thinking no.
I got another one, but
okay,
from a Robin Williams bit.
Okay.
He goes, how do you get rid of Sharia law? And they go, I don't know. He goes, you drop some of those women from New York in there. You know, those ones you see on Maury. He wants to hit you, well, you grab a bigger stick and you hit him back. When he does something, you yell, there ain't about it.
Yeah, that would kind of fix a lot of that.
yeah, that one wasn't as good. That one just had racist overtones.
Well, yeah, of course, but I mean, you know.
Just a wee few.
Just a bit.
Just go watch some Robin Williams clips on YouTube. That's how we end with a happy note. Just go do that.
Yeah. Alrighty, dudes. I'm out of here. I don't know if we accomplished anything today. I was gonna work on my shit, but I'll work on that in a moment. Now, normally, this kind of thing I usually do. I started this on the 11th, where I did, you know, basically it was just like an hour or so. But I think this one turned into 2 hours. Jeez, yeah, this turned into 2 hours. So this was really basically for the patrons. This was just kind of, you know, keep the patrons up to date on projects that I've been working on, kind of things I've been trying to keep somewhat hush-hush kind of thing, you know, that's kind of on the down low, before release kind of thing. So it's not like, you know, this is, you know, something super secret or anything like that, you know, and of course it was just really sitting around. So I don't know, this was kind of interesting, us just sitting around talking like this, talking about anything and everything. I mean, we really covered a lot of areas today, didn't we?
Oh yeah,
just one or two.
Yeah, but that's okay. I mean, hopefully we learned something. Hopefully Aqua learned something today, because this was really all for his benefit.
He's muted and deafened though.
Oh, hey Grim. Oh, I didn't even see you pop in here, buddy.
I popped in, like, I guess at the end part of how he said certain areas can need fixing. I'm like, wait, I feel like I missed the entire conversation there.
Oh yeah, no, for probably like for the last hour, man, we've been pretty heavy.
So.
Yeah, the topic's been like really heavy, dude.
Nothing like heavy topics in painting.
Yeah. Good. Something that gets the old brain going anyway, you know. I know, like, there's a lot of people out there, you know, who take a lot of these things a lot more seriously, and, you know, are quite passionate about, you know, the responses. You know, like we were talking about George, and you know, and I'm sure there's many out there like George. You know, even some of the monkeys out there, you know, very protective of the Second Amendment, and you know, I agree. The Second Amendment should be protected, and you know. I don't know. I can't remember where I was going with that, but you know, it's everybody's opinion. I mean, like, you know, you're not going to solve anything by sticking your fingers in your ears and not working out a solution. You know, you gotta talk. You gotta find out where everybody stands. And you know, like I was talking about earlier, you know, like I like when you know where people stand. You know, because then at least you can say, well, I'm not hanging out with that guy. You know what I mean? He obviously doesn't jive, right? And so, you know, you go elsewhere.
course, actually surprising that a lot of my friends haven't talked to a lot of my friends recently because of, so I have a feeling since they're out of state, they would have been asking my opinion on the incidents in Florida in recent history.
You mean in the recent weeks?
Yes.
Yeah. That's not anywhere close to you, is it?
It's like not near me. However, the schools in my area, including the trade school, apparently have started being more serious about it, as in they have like in-class lockdowns where if you go in, when you go out again, you have to knock or have a doorbell, wait for them to come all the way out to get you, and then let you back in.
Right.
Because my oldest brother is learning to weld at a trade school. My other brother is an assistant teacher at a local elementary school, so they both get all the fun of basically saying you cannot leave the classroom without permission for like the next several hours unless you're able to wait a good 5-10 minutes to get back in.
Yeah.
So he also learned the downside of accidentally blinding himself while arc welding. Random, I know. It just came to mind. He's okay now.
Well, anything else, Grim? Any closing words of wisdom?
Don't think too poorly of me when you see my painting, my painted models.
There we go. Don't think too low of Grim when we see his painted models. Oh yeah, because
your painting models was better than mine.
I doubt that.
Well, because a lot of
it's the first time I tried to paint, so yeah.
This is my first time I tried painting too.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because like for some of you guys out there who might not realize it, but yeah, we're gonna be meeting up at Adepticon this year, this March 21st, 22nd. We're gonna be getting together, having a game. What time we starting, Matthew?
I believe he said wasn't it 6 in the evening until
it's 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, and we have the table until 6 a.m. Central Standard Time.
Okay.
So we can have an 8-hour game if we would like.
Oof.
You don't need sleep. You just need Red Bull.
I don't like energy drinks personally.
Too bad, Grim. Too bad. Too bad.
Grim, are you bringing cookies?
If you want, I can make cookies, but also remember bringing, let's see, you all said you want 2 bottles of coconut rum, a 36-pack of Pabst, and a 12-pack Corona, I believe I said I'd bring if you wanted.
Jeez, you're a regular little mule, eh?
I am driving, so it's not like I can't. And it's probably a damn bit cheaper in Florida than in near Chicago, no offense.
Well, also, you're right next to the Indian reservation, so you can pick up traditionally cigarettes, booze, and oranges. Those are the 3 things that you have to buy.
I'm like several hours away from Indian reservation.
Oh, because the Seminole Reservation is, well, first of all, an interesting historical note. They're the only tribe in America who never signed a peace treaty with the U.S., so they maintained as a sovereign nation instead of having to go to a reservation.
Yeah.
And they have cattle, longhorn cattle, a dairy, citrus groves, and there's one more thing. Oh, they also have a rodeo.
Yeah, my mother used to work for the Seminoles a few years back.
They are to Florida as Zulus are to the English Empire in Africa back in the day. He would rather prefer not messing with them because bad things happen.
Well, you shouldn't be messing with anybody.
They are heavily armed.
Yeah. But due to it, it's pretty strange.
But Matthew, that's far more true than you think across most territories. I can even speak about my own home territory. We have AKs, and my cousin, he actually got busted one time for grenades.
Grenade?
Yeah.
True, but you're not. I do believe their police force just bought an armored assault vehicle.
Yeah.
I like them. They're a fun place to be around. Also, they have a gator ranch, which is fun. Get fresh gator.
Mad Cow Crazy. What the hell is he talking about? Depends on how you look at it. First of what is the base human gene? Are Eskimo, Aboriginal, or Pygmy people the same? Okay. Eskimos aren't a people. Actually, that's a derogatory term. Eskimo, the Inuit are the people you're talking about. The people who build igloos and dog sleds and stuff like that. Because Eskimo is an Ojibwe word for those people, and it means eat a raw meat or something like that. It's not the term that the people refer to themselves as. So it's actually more of an insult towards them. And Pygmy, I have no idea about Pygmies. Aboriginal can apply to anybody. I can go to England, and I can go to Ireland and pick out the first Irish kid I see, like Aqua, and say he's Aboriginal. Because he is, right? You've been born and raised in Ireland, Aqua?
He's still muted and deafened.
Oh, well, yeah. But he's Aboriginal. He's an Aboriginal to the land, right? So what does the term mean? What does the term Aboriginal mean?
Originally from, I take it, based from that definition?
Yeah, exactly. That's all it means. Just the people who are of that land, So it's not a term for a specific type of people, And Pygmy, I have no idea.
And when I do bring cookies,
Pygmies are specific because they're from a specific part of Africa where everything is shorter and smaller.
well, there's some islanders like that, but that's still a proper terminology, right? Or is that frowned upon nowadays?
Which one?
Saying islanders?
If you refer...
As a general term, that is.
I would assume it's... I mean, they probably refer to themselves as islanders. I mean, it's really... I mean, if you don't want to insult anybody in whatever land they're from, right? I mean, like, what's... Oftentimes you ask, well, what do you guys refer to yourselves as? You know what I mean? Like...
Just say islanders in general.
Well...
Because they're... I know, based on every little island, they all want to be called... Well, the majority of them are slightly different in name or origins. Therefore, it gets pretty complicated pretty fast.
Mad Cow, I have no education in genetics, so I have no idea how to classify a breed or versus a subspecies. Subspecies of human? Okay, what's a subspecies of human?
Are these questions from YouTube or Twitch or something?
From YouTube.
Okay, I'm just like, where are you getting these questions? I'm confused.
I know, according to the one politician from Chicago, the neo-Nazi, there's a lot of people who are subspecies of human.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's what I want to know. Like, Mad Cow, like, what is a subspecies? What's a subspecies?
Also, try not to be like a mild racist like I am, unintentionally.
Mild racist?
Yeah, it's like diet racism. It's
Diet racism.
half the racism for half the calories.
Holy man.
Weird things always seem to happen whenever I clean my brushes on this show.
Don't clean them then.
I should stop taking care of my brushes. Like, what did it come back to? Diet racism?
Yeah, I know. We've really...
It's better than diarrhea.
I know, we've really covered a lot of circles today.
Yeah, we have.
That's right. When I make cookies, there's a certain kind you want to bring.
Okay, Mad Cow.
Not peanut butter.
Hold on. Mad Cow Crazy says, this is what we are discussing. Are all humans the same, or are there different breeds or subspecies?
That depends on someone's perspective of opinion, I suppose.
No, I think the common thing is that there are no subspecies, unless of course we're talking about the difference between Neanderthals and Cro-Magnon man, or Homo sapien and Homo sapien. That's where you're talking about the difference in species, as it were. Because I mean, like the human genome as it is, I mean, it's only a couple of minor tweaks that you have dark skin or light skin, blue eyes or brown eyes. They're just minor tweaks, and in fact, those are all conditions of environment. Look at Africa. Africa has lots of sun, so the human genome adapts to the sun, right? Look at Europe, predominantly cloud covered. what happens? The skin doesn't have to produce as much melanonin, right? So you have less melatonin. Yeah, skin doesn't have to produce as much, right? And everywhere else in the world, well, I mean, it's just the human body is just like rabbits. It's just like rabbits. Rabbits adapt to their environments. You know, every animal adapts to their environments, and humans are no different. We adapt to our environments.
Except the poor Alsatian hamster.
Now, I mean, in the last 500 years, humans have been going all over the planet. Like, the DNA has been spreading all over the place, and so you have these variations, and so you can have people of lighter skin who live obviously in more temperate climates, and like people who are from warmer climates living in colder areas, and it's all different, and they're less likely to change. But imagine in 1,000 years you might see differences in that that particular family line if they ever just stuck within their own family group, right? That's all it is, man.
Indeed.
It's just an outward physical appearance. Back to crazy. It's scientifically proven that different races have different traits, yet pointing these traits out is racist. Like, what's a specific trait? I mean, like, we're already down the rabbit hole, but I mean, like, all humans are the same after all, and saying otherwise is racist. Well, we pretty much are. I mean, I've met many different people, different skin colors, different religions, different, walks of life, and I mean, like, nothing in me said I was superior or inferior to any of those people. So yeah, I mean, like, what kind of traits are we talking about? Like, people with night vision, people who can see the X-ray spectrum.
That would be so nice.
Are we talking about people who are 10 feet tall and are defiant of gravity? Like, what kind of traits are we talking about? Because the outside surface has no bearing on the abilities of said human being. You know what I mean? Like, if you're talking about black people being really tall and fast runners, when I was in school, I ran faster than all the black kids. So, I mean, from my own standpoint, my own experience, that's not true. They're taller. Well, when I lived in Tennessee, a lot of the black people I knew were shorter than me, much shorter. I mean, what kind of racial traits are we talking about here? I've seen lots of things, man. I've been in lots of places. I've met lots of people, and nothing in my experiences have told me that there are inferior people and superior people. Not a thing. Oftentimes, when these ideas develop, it's because of fear and, well, xenophobia, really, and stereotypes. Yeah, exactly. Nibbled stereotypes. Now, stereotypes, some people, think that they are based in some kind of truth, and sometimes superficially, sure, but that's about as far as it goes. It's a stereotype, and it's anecdotal, and it's not true of an entire group. It's not. It isn't. It's like Asians, bad drivers. That's just that's a stereotype. That's not true. Because I bet you in 15 years you're going to find some Mandarin driver who for NASCAR who probably get ridiculed the first time he goes on the track, because he's not white. You know what I mean? Like, it's unfortunate that this is where we still are in this day and age. Dark Commission. Racism is treating someone different from the trait differences we all have. Insane. Talking about them isn't racist, but is pointless. Talking about racism is not pointless. It's all about dispelling fear, because racism is often rooted in fear and ignorance. So knowing about these things, dispels these fears. Mad cow crazy. Female Asian driver for NASCAR. That would be the day. Sure, why not? Why wouldn't it happen? Why wouldn't it happen? I mean, there's a lot of things that people would have thought, 100 years ago. And yet here we are today. 50 years ago.
Right? 100 years ago, that would be unthinkable.
Right. Well, 50 years ago in America, right? In the 21st century, there'll be a black president. That's right. That's funny, right?
I actually thought that was funny when Obama come in to be president. I thought it was a turning point for the Americans. I was wrong.
Yeah, but I mean, it's like I said, racism is stemmed in fear. Fear and ignorance. Because if it held any bearing, like the Führer said, the Aryan race was superior, well, then they wouldn't have lost. And in those Olympics, they would have been proven right. Right? They weren't. And it wasn't because of race either. It's because of the heart. The human
Chris,
heart. Yeah.
I just want to say this. Looking back at his Olympic Village and like the Olympic Village in Brazil and Sochi, he was a horrible person, but he built a really nice Olympic stadium.
Oh yeah, that was kick-ass. A lot of the designs, like I liked, like a lot of the looks of the buildings for like you see like the Third Reich and everything like that, the big Romanesque columns and stuff like that. Like they're pretty kick-ass. I mean, for government buildings and stuff like that, that's pretty kick-ass. Like the vision that he had for the city and how it was going to look. I mean, it looked pretty damn cool. Oppressive and stuff, but it was pretty cool. I mean, any fan of 40K is gonna get a kick out of it.
Horrible person, but they're pretty great Olympics.
Well, and I mean, like the Olympics now too. I mean, there's no money in the Olympics now. Nobody gives a shit about the Olympics anymore. It's just kind of a shame.
I still like to watch curling.
Yeah, because America just won, didn't it? Did America just win the gold on curling?
I have no idea.
Yeah, because curling is like officially like Canada's thing.
I thought that was hockey the Americans did well at this year.
Yeah, women's hockey won.
Yeah,
also,
yeah. Because there was a big
curling too.
Yeah, because there was a big thing about the Canadian team.
They're also running out of curling stones because to make a curling stone, it has to come from a specific island in the Pacific Ocean, the granite, and the island has become a bird sanctuary, and they've dug up all the granite.
Well, I'm sure they'll come up with some space-aged composite of something that weighs the same and has the same density, and
Space stone.
Yeah.
Did you hear about the German woman who she did the figure skating to a thing from what was it? It was Schindler's List.
What?
No, I didn't hear about that one.
That sounds bizarre.
She figure skated to music from Schindler's List. It's a beautiful piece of music, but it's from Schindler's List, and apparently Schindler is a national hero in Germany because he saved so many people from dying.
Yeah. He's both a national hero in Germany and Israel, I know that for a fact. I'm sure there's some other countries too.
Ethiopia, I do believe too.
Alrighty, dudes. I'm for serious now. Signing off.
Bye, Chris.
I will talk to you guys later. I think we'll be doing a regular Way of the Brush this week. I don't know. What do you guys think about this kind of open format here with the Discord open like this? Do you think I should have this as part of even Way of the Brush, like the live show, or do you think it'll just get kind of chaotic?
might be a little bit too chaotic for the whole way of the brush, but maybe if you've got somebody sending in like miniatures, bring them on.
Ah, okay.
Do it like a closed channel.
I got you. Yeah, okay, I got you. So like somebody who on Discord, and they have their pictures like on Discord, and we can go over and switch over and you know, talk back and forth, and kind of a live one-to-one kind of thing.
Do you mean we talk about the Discord on the figure while the rest on YouTube look on, or it will only be the two persons?
Yeah. I kind of like that too.
I actually think that's fine, because you hear what the person wants to do with the figure, what his plan was from the start, and all that. And it's easier for him to ask help at the time.
Yeah, I like that. We may incorporate this. As soon as I figure out how to friggin' get my stupid web links to work properly, I may incorporate that into the show.
Good luck with that.
I like that idea.
I don't know why I was having such a problem earlier, but yeah, I don't know. It's chapping my ass. Good thing I had Aqua, my buddy Aqua, helping. Is Aqua still here? Yeah, he's still here. He's quiet. He's running in stealth mode. Anywho, dudes, I will talk to you guys later. Be good.
Ciao.
Later.
See ya.
I'm serious.
Bye.
Be good.